I came to the CEC because a judge had offered me the alternative to incarceration to try to change my life and turn things around. I was addicted to drugs, and she wasn't going to give me a sentencing until after I was there for 364 days, a day shy of prison time, and brought me back at 360 days and allowed me to go home because of my performance there. And when I was in the CEC, what was so good about it for me and what changed things in my life there was I used to go around and we had all these different lecture halls. We had to go to lectures and listen to stuff, and it was about learning how to cope with our drug addiction or how to deal with family lives. They taught me things that I didn't know how to deal with, coping skills. And it seemed like most of the people had been in those spots in their lives were trying to help. And I kept remember asking my senior counselor for help constantly, and he kept putting his hands up in the air and say, "Surrender, and I'll give you a hand." And I couldn't figure out what he meant. Finally, I put my hands up over my head, and I said, "Look, I surrender. I need some help. I'm sick and tired of living this way." So he started helping me out. I ended up working in the CEC there as an electrician for the maintenance, which got me to move around and talk to a lot of other senior counselors there. And anytime I struck up a conversation with them, they were willing to give me a hand and do whatever they could to help me. So it opened a lot of other doors and allowed me to look at a lot of different things that I didn't know about, especially triggers for me that had me using drugs. Because I used based on fear of success, failure. I was always told I was never smart enough, good enough to accomplish anything in my life. And yet I had worked the same job for 21 years when I got locked up. And when I came out of Delaney Hall, I got involved with going to alumni to give back. Then I got involved with a 12-step program, which I found my niche of being able to give back and help a lot of young kids instead of being 40 years old and getting clean from drugs, helping these kids that are coming in at 21, 20 years old, all beat up from drugs already, and try to steer them on a path and let them know they didn't have to wear the shoes I wore for 26 years. It's been a beautiful process. I've been all over the place and have done things and been asked to do things similar to this that just blow my mind. Because I keep thinking back and my disease tells me I'm not worthy enough to be doing this. How can I really help somebody? And I found the best way for me to really help somebody is just be honest about who I am and what I did, I was a drug addict who was a thief. Today, I've been clean for over 10 years. My life is in a beautiful place. I take care of my mother. I take care of my cousins. I have all my family back in my life that are here. I mean, I helped my mother get through the fact that I lost both of my brothers with less than a year apart from each other, and promised them that I would stay with my mom until she passed. And I'm not going to stop doing the things that I promised people I would do. Like today on my job, I told my boss I had to be someplace. He said, "Go." He goes, "People that we deal with every day, we can't save them anymore. So go save some lives." So I'm here to help you guys out and see whatever we can do to change somebody's life, because it's just not worth living this way anymore.